Gotcha. I'm live. We live. Come on in and join in the fun. Ether takes a break. That's the name of yesterday's live, if you know what I'm talking about. I want to send a special shout out to all of my members, those of you that have sent me well wishes and gifted me. I really do appreciate you. Special shout out to all of my subscribers. I appreciate you, all of the viewers. We're going to go ahead and get into this live. Now, because some individuals have gotten used to hearing my voice in the morning, I wanted to make sure I came on to let all of you know that I'm alive. Because y'all tend to think things, and I appreciate it. Greetings, welcome. Welcome, Diva. Welcome, Vanglorious. I'm working, so y'all can expect to see some content and your readings. I came on because I gotta address something. The dream state, okay? Like I spoke about before, my dreams are different because of who I am and because of my ascension protocol. That means certain things happen when I am resting. I work 24 hours. I didn't say that before. Some people are saying, how can you work in your sleep? When you're someone like me, you work in your sleep. I want to say to the orphanums, those of you that know that you are orphanums, be mindful of what you're doing. Because if you ascended high enough to know what you are, then that means others do as well. Now, because the seriousness of what took place in the dream state this morning, my dreams are brief, like 5 seconds, 30 seconds, because I'm constantly moving in my dreams. When we talk about soulmates, oh no's, and all of that stuff, y'all, you have to understand, if you resonate with my content, that means that you are a being, okay? That means you have past lives, you've been reincarnated, you've been incarnated, you've been born again and rebirthed and all of that good stuff, okay? You'll know if you've been rebirthed because you'll see yourself in a fetal position. And a lot of times we do that when we are asleep. We put ourselves in a fetal position to soothe ourselves. Now, for those of you that know me personally, okay, when you do things like envision me when you're with someone else, okay, romantically, I know what I'm talking about. I can feel that. So refrain from doing that, okay? Some of y'all don't realize that you're with Asakiyas, witches. You think that they're normal. You think that these are good-looking females and whatever, but if you are Ophanum specifically, their spiritual makeup is not what you think. You would be disgusted. Now, I know for a fact that a class of Ophanums woke up frightened, and another class decided that they wanted to be with Asakia the night before. And because they were with this Asakia, they now have a stench on them. This is something that is not new. If you recollect in your mind what you smelt like after you laid down with a certain person, you'll understand the class of being that you were with. These are all ones that you feel are your type. But now that you have ascended, you know that these are spiritual beings. So there's no more, I'm just going to hit it and quit it. And, there's no more of that. Because what'll happen is you'll have another life with these individuals. They know that you are a being. They know what type of being you are. If you have money, that's a plus. They'll bind themselves to you. I noticed the full moon. Some of y'all, especially y'all Ophanims, y'all not paying attention. Y'all gravitate towards Asakinas every full moon. And when you do so, you always get up with a stench, a smell, because these are witches. Y'all running around here believing you the man and all of this, and you can get every woman that you want or female that you want, and you don't understand where you're at. You don't want these. What you should be doing is calling out to Universal Life Force Source, the big G, and asking him for your divine partner. Because running around just spilling your loins, every place, it's not going to work. And some of y'all, your ego is so big, you don't want to reach out to me for a clearing. You don't want to do that. So you end up with that on you even after you pass, and you are being reincarnated or incarnated somewhere else with a binding on you. That means you're going to run into that individual again. And some of these ones will say, make me a male in my next life. And then you be running around here wondering why you weird. Okay? I'm just telling you. Because the dream that I had was one where I was in someone's house. Okay? I was in someone's house and he was not there. I'm already spoken for. Regardless if you feel like I'm with him physically or not. I'm all right with that. Y'all need to be all right with that. So it was placed on my heart to talk about it because the angelic realm is monitoring all of that because of the type of beings you're with and who you are. If you are Ophanum, that means you're an angel. You can't be laying down with Hasakinas. If y'all knew the plans that they had for you during this ascension that took 3 years, you wouldn't even be trying to lay down with nobody. You'd be trying to get that energy off of you. Isifio, Kairos, cleans you of all of that stuff. Y'all know he cleans you. And then you go back and you put it back on you because you're feeling lonely. That full moon has a lot to do with you being pulled in certain directions. Some of you haven't learned your lesson. And I'm pretty sure it's going to come out in the reading. It's just right now, I'm on my downtime because I got a lot of spiritual work to do. Greetings, Miss Sab. So just refrain. It's not even, you can't tell me that it's good because there's no love attached to it. If you are an ascended being and you laying down just to lay down because you lonely, it ain't no love attached to that. That does not show growth. It does not show maturity. You want to be with somebody physically that you love. Y'all need to cut it out. Y'all running around here talking about your emperors and divine masculines and you laying down with witches. It just don't make sense. And the reason why is the type. It's the type of Haskania that they're laying down with. These are materialistic gold diggers, and they know them. They know their energy. These are the ones that say, oh, I'm going to do him different. These so-called grandmodels. You know what I'm saying? Then you get with them, and then you call on beings like myself because you don't really want to be there. Y'all need to cut that out. It does come up in the readings. Sometimes I don't address it because that's stuff that you're supposed to get when when you do a one-on-one. You don't want your business out there like that. You'll be like the other ones. How she know that? Why is she watching me? No, I'm not. I don't really care. If I was with you in the past and it didn't work out, that's past. That's past. That's how I feel about the situation. The universe is healing your childhood wounds, but you still have past life karmic debt, and we know with who. Isifino. Y'all have to understand that you're not talking to somebody that does not know energy good. I know energy really well. And when it comes down to these karmic relationships and soulmates and all of this type of stuff, I know that well because that's my makeup. There's nothing that can come out in the reading that would shock me. Because all of this stuff stems from past lives. If you pass and you have that debt on you, in the next life is going to be there too. Now, when she starts calling you, Isifio, you need to understand, Ophanum, that these ones watch me. For some of y'all feel like y'all moving around and y'all encountering these females that don't watch me for some reason. There's no place on this earth. You see that beginning, the beginning of my video? You see, those is all places. All of that with my picture, those is all places of all the people that done viewed me in a certain era. You know how many people that is? Worldwide. There's not too many that don't know who I am. And so when you encounter these females and they putting that asikino, that itchy gitchy ya nah on you, you know what I'm saying? You know, and then you wondering why you over there being weird. I'm trying to tell y'all. This, off of Coco Safasi, you don't want that on you. Creole Lady Mama Lie is right. You don't want that on you. You know, the thing about it is, I was accused of being a witch because I did tarot. But, these ones is running around here and they feel like because they got a decent lace front on and a fixer flat butt that they, that they worth screwing. And then you're sitting there and you envisioning me. That's weird. Like, stop doing weird stuff. Some of y'all know. Y'all be sitting there wondering why you wake up and you feel like you covered, but you feel like you got to cover up. Like, there's somebody doing weird stuff, thinking about you. You know, Miss listen, y'all got to stop that. The thing about karma is everyone always assumes when you hear karma that someone owes you, which is true. But the way it plays out is not how people think. Sometimes they owe you, but what happens is you serve them karma, and that's how it's payback. If you make a mistake and you don't own up to it, you don't say this, that, and the third, that's a stain on you. You can't just walk away like, this is why I'm telling y'all, when Mercury retrograde come around and these old no's start hitting you up, close it down completely. Say what needs to be said and move on. Don't try to recreate something that you know ain't gonna be right, because for one, they feel like they can always do it. I'm trying to tell y'all. If you leave the door open, they never gonna say, I'm gonna marry you, I'm gonna make it right, woo, 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 because they feel like they can come in and out of your life. So if you know you love somebody, or you feel like they loved you and you didn't say nothing, just let it go. That's past life energy. Let it go. Let it go. That's how I feel. Now y'all can do whatever y'all want, because some of y'all feel like that's for elect ones. That's fine. That's for elect ones. Well, I'm not a elect one. I'm a divine feminine. I'm not a elect one though. Okay, well good. You go ahead and chase somebody else's husband and see what happened to you. You can reach out to me at oracleoftheether@gmail.com and I can clear it off for you. Because you're not a member. So after she put that katatasika on you, you gonna stop saying I'm his divine feminine. Because these ones here is not playing. They recognize that you may be his divine feminine, but he didn't choose you. And that's all, and that's enough right there. If he not reaching out to you, trying to talk to you, trying to exit from that situation, then you need to move on, divine feminine. I'm so serious. Because they don't do nothing to me. Even if they was to read, not these ones. I'm not talking about them. The ones that feel like they can sleep with everybody that I done slept with in the whole world, in every life. You know what I'm saying? Somebody else is want to be divine feminine. They feel like they can sleep with everybody I done slept with. One say, either always get ballers. You know? This is how they feel like when they think they know. Maybe they seen me before. They know somebody that I slept with. Either always get ballers. So they feel like they can call on any being that I done been with. You gonna mess around and find out. This one, she want to sleep with spiritually. Every dude I done encountered this life, then slept with. You know how disgusting that is? This is what they, sloppy seconds. You know? That's what some of y'all dealing with. Y'all feel like, oh, they look good today, but when you see them tomorrow, what they gonna look like? You know? When you see them in the daylight, what they gonna look like? You don't know what's going on. You just walking around in there all blind, it's dark, candles lit. That's a sign right there. You walking in the room, everything look all romantical. The bed all prepared. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something about silk sheets. Silk sheets is nice, all right? But they're not comfortable. I'm just telling you. It's pretty to look at. But silk sheets is not, it does something to your body chemistry. I learned that the hard way. You understand what I'm talking about? Don't get all shy now. Say it. Put it in the air where it's fair, because this one that you frolicking around with is a Hasekio. She put that stench on you. You're going to be smelling like Ufi all day. You might as well just go ahead and jump in that ocean when you get there, bruh. I'm trying to listen. When his phone start going off, right, he's not going to dismiss this one. You know? I'm serious. I'm serious. I'm so serious. He's not going to dismiss this one. Because this is what they do. It's either going, first of all, it's like a tug of war for my own energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even thinking about him. If you know of me, why is you putting me with him? This is what I'm talking about. This is why I do not divulge who I'm with, where I'm going to be at, and all of that. Because for some reason, these are the same ones that feel like I have some sort of fame, but I'm not a celebrity. And they watch me. They say, oh, okay, well, that was accurate. That was accurate. Let me go back 4 years, because for me, 4 years ago means it's happening now. They're not just doing me. They're doing all your baby mamas. If I did any reading that have anything to do with your finances, they want to see that too. This is why I don't do 20, 30-minute videos no more. Because they done told on themselves. This is why I word step the way I do. Because ain't nobody finna say that she said whoop, 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 and this is why this happened. It happened because you can't keep your pangawang in your pants. If you just said, I'm good, you be good. Isakineshikati. The BS that came on my timeline is not worth talking about. I did see a short with Juvie though. And I was wondering, was that Charlie Wilson? I didn't know who that was in the hook. But it sounded like him, but I could be wrong. It's something that he ain't put out yet. But I'm saying that's the only thing that I've seen that was worth talking about. Because when I got up, I'm like, here we go. Here we go. Some of y'all ascended high enough to know that you're present in somebody's dream, but you don't know why you're there. And it always happens after you've reached a pivot point. You've crossed a milestone. That means you don't care. And because you don't care, you're showing up somewhere where somebody feel guilty. It's serious because I don't like it. This is how they bind you. And they'll say, I don't do Swifka. I don't do woo 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 woo. Yes, you do. You do it with your pangawang. Because we both know that if you had another opportunity, you'll do the same thing. So stop playing. Just run around and do what you do and leave me out of it. I'm gone. That is it.